Okay, welcome back for round two of this week's SGT Tour Web Tees here at Torrey South. We are playing the second of two rounds in this tournament, -1 in the first one. Let's jump off on the second one, see if we can hit some more of those putts, not leave so many strokes out there, have less technology issues, have less broken balls. Let's see if we can go. Yes, we broke our balls in the last episode here. We broke our ball. And broken ball bogey is what it resulted in. We were able to recover with a couple of birdies after that. See if we can recover further here in round two. All right, off to a good start, right out in the middle. Nothing too huge, but not a ton of spin on it, so it's going to be serviceable. We're up the hill downhill 7 feet 11 inches and 171 away. I think that is a 6-iron. And I did not fetch the new balls I was promising after the broken ball fiasco, so I will fetch those out of the bag in just a sec. Get ourselves this shot off first. Okay, they're a little firmer, the greens and the fairways, so that'll roll out a little bit better right there. And we're going to grab a brand new ball, I think, maybe. Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. So we've got a 12-foot, 6-inch putt. No elevation change, but it does move to the left just a little bit. Oops, not too much. Let's get the cursor in the right place. Let's move that about right there. Do we need even more than that, maybe? Yeah, that seems a little much, but no, maybe not. It moves a little bit at the beginning and not as much at the end. So we're going to put it on right there, actually, and trust it. There we go. Glad I moved it a little extra. Didn't hit a pure putt, but it's great to start off round two with a birdie. So -2 for the tournament, -1 for the round. Got a relatively short par 4, and we should be able to get ourselves in some good position on some of these holes. Good start with the driver. They're not huge balls, but they're out in the middle. Not to belabor the point, I don't have huge balls. So this is what you get, 130 some odd. And yes, I know. Okay, 82 yards, downhill, 5 feet 2 inches. I think that is actually this sand wedge. What's my wind doing? It said it's a little breezier. It's behind me. So I think this is the sand wedge, and just trust that it's the right distance. Here we go. Yeah, and I pulled off it. I tugged it left now. So not a great shot, and that's going to roll out because it doesn't have a ton of spin. So we've got ourselves a curling putter. But for birdie, it's moving to the left pretty extremely. We're going to move it that much for the initial part, that much for the middle, that much for the end, that much for the extra. Whew, and I think that's going to be close. Let's get rid of the cursor. We don't need that. And it's coming downhill 5 inches, so it's not going to take too much to get it running. And it just runs it by. I needed to give it a little bit more break, and I think I pushed it. Yeah, 0.2 of a degree, I pushed it. So that's the way it goes. All right, downhill 10 yards. This is the par 3. I think it is either the 9 or the wedge. I'm going to go with safety 9. Means we don't have to overswing. Just set it straight. Well, I set it straight, but like I said, a little in between holes, but I'm glad that's the right, looking clubs, that's the right shot though. I don't need to come up short there. That one, last one broke a little more than I expected, and it is coming downhill 5 inches. It's going to be going a little slower, so this same speed break is going to act a little bit more on it. And I hope that's not too much, but let's see. No, it doesn't break that much. A little different read or a little different speed, I guess. But we continue at -1 on to number 4. First of the longer par 4s, at least for guys like me. All right, I blocked that ball out. I felt that a little bit. Get what you deserve when you hit a ball like that. Super guided, just a guided ball, a little scared. Probably not fully committed to that shot. 198 and up the hill. And our miss with this club especially will be right. So we're just going to go for it, you know. Not a lot of risk here as long as we stay on the ball. And I did not. Whoop, didn't get a reading, did we? Know what's going on there. Let's see what we got. All right, well, we busted out of there. And we got our work cut out for us going up and down. 35 yards away, downhill 2 feet 5 inches. They are running out a little bit more in round 1 than they did in round 2. It should be pretty good, but I think I'm going to have to putt it still. Yes. Okay, but fairly straightforward for par here. 5 feet 2 inches away. Take the par and move on to another relatively, well, not short, but shorter par 4. Let's see. Definitely missed some surprising / painful putts today, but trying to make up for some of that with a few better plays. Gonna stay in the fairway or no? Okay. Not hitting as many fairways this tournament as usual. Last week I hit a decent amount, but this week not so many. We're gonna play this. We're not gonna, again, especially with that downhill lie a little bit, or side hill lie, we'll play it over here a little bit and then come out of the rough and then play our 6-iron and kind of trust it. Let's see. Came out on a good line. And that's fine. I played the safety play. Let's see how much it'll go down the hill. Hopefully that's the right play, I guess, right? Okay. Look at it, and wow, pretty straightforward. Probably need to move it just barely that much and then make sure we're exaggerating, keeping it straight. Downhill 2 inches. There we go. Got another birdie. Get to -2 for the round, which is -3 for the tournament. And let's see where we're at the relatively short par 5 that was the broken ball bogey last time out here. So we're going to just bang it out here and know that we're in a pretty safe spot if we hit any kind of decent drive. That's not one, but God, it's remarkably similar to the last one, but it was a bad swing. Last one was a broken ball. This one was just a terrible swing. Goodness. All right. Well, let's make up for it. This is a par 5 you're supposed to attack, and I made a bogey on it last time. Didn't put myself in a great position here. So we're going to aim over here and trust this 3-wood that it's going to do something of what we want it to. Haven't hit it that well today. Hit it decently a few times last week, but it's this week that matters. Dang it, let's go. And that's not a good one, but it'll be in decent position. No, it won't. Wow, these are just really weak shots. Can't believe these shots that I'm hitting right now. Let's make up for this. Put this sand wedge somewhere in close. We've got downhill 3 feet 6 inches. Oh, and that's even short. Okay, well, a little bit of oil leaking here on this hole. Let's see if we can, I know, chip it in, but you know, we're at least going to scare it, right? Yeah, not scare it, but at least got it up and down. We'll take that par. We'll move to number 7 and 390-yard par 4. It's really pretty straightforward. A lot of these holes are very similar to each other. It's a matter of seeing if I can keep them straight. My goodness. Okay, these are not good drives. We're bringing a lot of crap into play, but we're hanging tough. We're hanging tough. Let's see where we should hit this one, huh? We should definitely get off here to the safe side again. Coming out of the rough, down the hill. Very, very similar to that last play. Let's see if we can do something like it. That's not like it, but it's not going to be terrible. All right, a little more short game play, leaning on it. That's the putt somehow. Thin to win. Thin to leave yourself a long putt. Double breaker. I'm just going to send it straight and call the double breaker even and out. But you're going to have to hit it harder than that. And that's not even inside of 5 feet. I'm going to have to putt. Oh, that is. Okay, there's my par there. Move on to number 8. Relatively short par 3. 134. The wind is definitely against us, full bore. Well, no, I guess it's pushing off to the right a little bit. So that's all right. This just makes us hit 8-iron, which is a little bit long last time. And the wind's going to take that a little bit because I blocked it that way to begin with, but on the green. And we'll be putting at it at least, even though it's 30 feet plus. 32 feet, big bender. Up the hill, uphill 3 inches. Basically 2 screens. Ooh, yeah, geez, okay. Is that in the gimme? It's really close. No, I got to putt that. All right, here we are at number 8, cleaning up this par. We're going to definitely read a little break into that at 5 feet 4 inches. We'll even give that a little more respect. Make sure we keep it straight. Ouch, that hurts because that just went forever too. Whoops. Dumb putts in these 2 rounds. Both of these rounds have involved some really, really dumb putts. That one just wasn't ever going to take that much break. And he's in for a bogey. Comes to number 9 in a relatively short par 5 at 482. The wind is right behind me, so if ever there's a time to make up for that botchery back there, we're at -1 for the round, -2 for the tournament. And let's see if we can set ourselves up on this par 5. No, we can't, can we? I needed to hit the fairway a little bit. 248, downhill quite a bit, but I do not have what it takes. But let's get off as much distance as we can so that we can send in a reasonable sand wedge. Stayed a little straighter, but it was a little fat too. So it's going to run out there and get me into that sand wedge distance I like. That part I know. Maybe even a little inside of that. So 49.2, barely up the hill. Just got to send this right into there. Okay, we've got a little look at it here. Get back to that -2. See if we can build some momentum out here in round 2. A little apprehensive birdie, but we'll take that to get back to -2 after the front 9. Puts us at -3 for the tournament. Number 10 is a short par 4, pretty straight away. So another opportunity perhaps to get in a short approach shot. Should play pretty well. Get us into the distances we like, right? And stay on the fairway even. Yes, it is. That is 70 yards, uphill 3 feet 1 inch. It is the same sand wedge, just a little more. A little tug left. What's that look like? A little long too. Okay. Probably just a little excited to hit something close and gave it a little extra. So this one's moving to the left, about that much, moves the whole way. Downhill 2 inches. Look at this, get in there, that's right. Stole that birdie, that's what that felt like, because I didn't hit a great wedge in there. So let's jump out here to the 156-yard par 3 11th. It is 8 yards downhill. And that leaves me just going to hit the comfortable 8-iron and not worry so much about the elevation change. And it's a little short because I didn't worry about the elevation change. I should have hit that a little firmer. So let's chip this up and in or close. 8 yards. Go in. Yes, thank you. Steals another birdie to get to 4 under. What do you know? Let's keep the momentum going here. A little bit of a longer par 4. 426 yards, but downhill 5 yards. And well, number 12 already. Should straighten out a little bit. All right, getting some spin off that at 2,100 yards, even though there's not a lot of ball speed to it, getting that much spin off of it does it pretty well. 187. You know, it's downhill 1 feet 8 inches, and really it's kind of a 5-iron, but that's the one where I just don't hit the 5-iron well sometimes in this situation. So I'm going to choke down a little bit on the 7-wood. And hit a bad shot. Just sit down because I hit it way. Okay, I'll just have to chip up and down here again. And this time we're 21 yards. They're rolling and releasing more, so I can't set it up close. Get it to roll there. Sit, 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 sit. And again, I kind of smashed it past there. We're going to get this ball out of here. This one's going to potential break in half ball. That one is broken half. Get a good one that's not. A little putt here to stay at 4 under. Pretty straightforward, but it is moving. 8 feet 2 inches. It moving that much? It's about that actually. That's in there. And that downhill, another par 5. This is number 13, uphill 9 yards and 494 yards. So this one with the wind working across and the distance and the uphill, definitely a 3-shotter for me. Oh boy, unless I make it a 7-shotter. Sit down. Okay, no harm done. I thought there was more trees over there that were going to just eat that up completely, but I can fix that, I think. Let's see what we're trying to do here. Yeah, I think we just have to hit that 3-wood low so it doesn't get caught up in that tree, right? And get it running on the fairway so that we have an approach. I think that's the shot. Okay, let's keep it low. And I did not keep it low, and we're going to have to hit that shot again and save par. I'm just not doing a good job with these short par 5s at all. Short par 5s at all. Come on. Oh boy, this is serious trouble. Okay then, we are, how many yards now? We are in so much trouble here. That is 80 yards, whoops. 80 yards out of some rough. We want to make sure it gets there. I cannot believe what we've done here at number 13. Hopefully we stay clear of some trees here. Ooh, so close. Now we have to chip in. Now we're not messing around. We do not want to be giving up extra strokes, which we've been doing a little bit too much of today. Let's chip this in. No, not even close. All right, there's another bogey. We take ourselves to -3. We answer with a short par 4 though, so let's see if we can keep a little better control of the driver, which we're just not hitting as well today. Okay, well, we got away with it, but it's coming out of the deep rough. Deep rough, so that's going to eat something up. 121 yards, which would normally probably be a full pitching wedge with the downhill 2 inches like that, but it's a 9-iron. It's coming out of the heavy, and I want it all the way there. So we're taking a little bit of a risk by hitting 8-iron here, but I know that deep rough at Torrey is going to penalize me. So let's see if we can get it up there. Nope, not like that, that's for sure. Just terrible shot. And these short par 4s are not supposed to be played like this. This is not how you capitalize out here. 25 yards. Okay, that's at least in the gimme range, but it's been a little oil leaky. Here's another short par 4 to try to take advantage of, can we? Amazing to be at -3. That chip in back there a few holes ago sure helped, but let's get the driver back on track. No, that's not on track. It's the opposite problem. Boy, am I making the course longer than it needs to be. These short par 4s are all of a sudden not short when I hit it like that. 158 downhill. It's out of the rough. And I'm going to hit controlled 6-iron and hope that it's enough. Okay. Got to be better about those. Okay, just not playing well at the moment. Okay, that's within a gimme, so bailed out there. Got a little bit of a long par 4. The wind is behind, a long par 3. The wind is behind us, 184 yards, downhill 5 yards. This is a trusted 5-iron. And that's a turned over, smothered, troublesome 5-iron. Okay. Yeah, we're leaning on the short game a lot, aren't we? So guess what we do? That'll be in the gimme as well. So we come to number 17, 397-yard par 4. It's been a real shame to not play the short par 4s better. But guarded shot, but it's up there on the right side of the fairway. Leaves me along to mid-iron in. Uphill 4 yards. This is where I'm going to go ahead and hit that 7-wood and trust it. Get this out of here. Find another golf ball back here. So I think this is just the straightforward 7-wood. The wind is fighting me a little bit, so might balloon up a little bit into the wind, but let's see. And then just get up there, huh? What do you say? Okay. "18 feet, 11 inches, so 19 feet. Uphill 4.5, 5 inches. Is it breaking that much? I don't think it is. Is it breaking that much? Probably. It didn't break that much. I guess I pushed it off a degree, so. Okay, take the par and let's go to the short par 5 that ends it here. 462-yard par 5. See if we can take advantage of one of these short par 5s. Haven't played these well at all. It's a pretty straight ball with not a lot of spin. That's a good start. Again, appreciate you joining me. Hope you're enjoying some of the golf. We want to avoid the pond out here as much as we can. And that's going to be by playing it kind of over here. I'd even do that, play this, and then send my 7-wood to safety where I can bring the sand wedge out. And that needs to stay off that cart path. That's going to be troublesome. Okay, no harm done really. It's the wedge we want in our hand, and we didn't bring the pond into play, so at least not yet. 60 yards, downhill 4, it's out of the rough. Let's go. Just a hair deep, but we've got a good putt at birdie here to close out. Let's see if we can find this here, huh? Move it over this much. And down. No, it's flat elevation-wise, but it's 15 feet 9 inches and moving to the right. And I hit it through the break. I sure did. Is that going to be a gimme par? I'm going to settle for it, and I got to make it. Okay. Shoulda, woulda, coulda today for both rounds, actually. What a bummer to finish the way I did. Okay, well, lots of birdies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birdies, 2 bogeys. Finishes it 3 under, 69. Let's check the stats real quick. We've got just a couple of minutes here. Stats are about what I would expect, a little slower ball speed. Only 24 putts, so that's decent. And I finished the tournament at 4 under for the 2 rounds, so nothing great. Probably not going to do real well, relatively speaking, in the score, because I think people are going to go low. So thank you for joining me again. Appreciate the audience, and you can find all these videos again archived at YouTube, which is at Herschel G on YouTube. We will see you soon. Thanks again for joining me. Really appreciate it. I'll see you soon for the next series in the Tournament Golf Pursuit.